Alright guys, so we're going to be jumping straight into this video today. As you can see by the title, we're doing a drugstore makeup tutorial. I love doing makeup tutorials because I love beating my face, alright? And this has been highly requested. A lot of you guys have been asking for the drugstore makeup, and I'm like, I really don't use drugstore makeup, which is crazy because I still buy drugstore makeup and use it. I just don't show it. That's weird, right? So we're going to put some of this stuff to use. And when I say drugstore, I mean Ulta, because Ulta has everything. You can get these things from Walmart, Target, etc., etc. Okay, affordable. But we're gonna get into that affordable thing later. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with my brows because I don't want this video to be too long. All right. So for starters, I'm gonna be starting off with my Morphe brow pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse. I love this brow pencil. I use it all the time. Like, this is one of my favorite brow products, and it's only $5. You can't beat that. It has so many shades. So here I go dropping things already. So I'm gonna do my brows really quickly. You guys know I don't like doing my brows on camera because I feel like I mess up every time I do it on camera. So I just ran out. Oh my gosh. So I just ran out of this one, but luckily I picked up another one. So I'm gonna go in here. This is Chocolate Mousse as well, of course. I literally love the shade Chocolate Mousse. I use Java sometimes and Mocha. Mocha's a little bit too light, and then Java's like too dark. So Chocolate Mousse is perfect. Let me throw this away because I have a problem with keeping empty things. So yeah, I actually need to get my brows done. But my appointment's next week. I'm gonna have to put a little bit more work into this thing. I'm not sure yet what concealers I'm gonna be using on my face today, but to clean up my brows, I'm gonna be using the Milani concealer. And these are the shades 160 and 165. And I'm just gonna kind of mix it so it's not too bright, but it still pops. I really do love these concealers, but I don't know if I wanna use this today or something new. So we're just gonna have to see, but I'm probably gonna use this. It's a really good concealer. All right, so I went ahead and did my brows, and they're looking a little struggly, per usual. Every time I get on camera, they look stupid. I don't like that. But you know what? We're gonna move forward. So the brows are done. And I like to do my brows without any kind of primer or anything on my face. I feel like when I draw my brows on with like primer and stuff, it'd be slipping and sliding, because you guys know I like a very hydrated, quenched look, and it just doesn't go. So I do my brows before I put anything on my face at all. So I'm extra. I like to double prime. So I'm gonna start off with this NYX Plump Right Back primer slash serum, you guys. Amazing. When I say amazing, I mean amazing. It honestly reminds me of the Milk Hydro Grip. It's not claiming to be a dupe, but I'm telling you, this is a dupe. Everybody thinks the e.l.f. gripping primer is the dupe. No, this is the dupe. I repeat, this is the dupe. It's like Milk Hydro Grip, but on steroids. It's just like way more plumping, but it still has that like gripping effect. I just really, oh, do I have a booger in my nose? That is gross. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, I had a booger in my nose. That was gross. But anyways, so this one is just so nice. I love how it just hydrates my skin, plumps it up, and just gets it ready for makeup. So I like to apply that, like I said, after I do my brows. Because imagine putting this on and then doing your brows. Your brows are literally gonna like slip and slide. So put that on, and I really focus like this kind of product under my eye because I don't really like use an eye cream, honestly. Maybe I should, but I just don't. So, and you see like it like has this little like grip to it. So this is the first primer that I'm going to be applying. I do use two because I'm extra, but I like to let my products kind of like dry down and work into the skin before adding anything else. So I'm going to go back to my eyes. I feel like this is very hydrating. It's very serumy. So you need to really give it time to kind of like absorb into the skin, or it's just going to slide around on your face. So I apply that first, and now I'm going to go to my eyes. So I'm taking what was left on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna just run that over my eyes because guess what? We're doing eyeshadow today, girls. We're doing eyeshadow because you guys have been getting on me about doing eyeshadow when y'all don't even wear eyeshadow. Like, it's crazy. But we're gonna do something cute today, cute and springy. It's a beautiful day outside, so why not have a little fun with it, right? All right. So I have two palettes. I could not decide, you guys. I got the ColourPop Feeling Bubbly, and I got the All Amethyst palette. These are not technically, is ColourPop in Target now? Or am I tripping? I don't know, but it's not technically drugstore, but they're very affordable. I think ColourPop has some of the best formulated affordable eyeshadows. Even now, I grab for them even on a regular day. I just really like their eyeshadow palette. So I think these are $14. Let's see, and they come with how many eyeshadows? 9 eyeshadows. So the pans are pretty, you know, big. Let me cover my face so you guys can see that. So the pans are pretty big. I do really like this purple. I'm thinking something purple today. You know, nice and springy for the girls. And this is the Feeling Bubbly, a nice like everyday palette. I don't think I'm gonna really use this one today, to be honest, because I have the hiccups. I want to do something a little bit on the fun side. So yeah, ColourPop palettes, check them out. They're amazing. They sell the single shadows too, if you're not somebody into that. But I feel like $14 for this, and you're not gonna run through an eyeshadow palette. If you use it every day, you are not gonna run through an eyeshadow palette for a long time. So I feel like it's, you know, priced accordingly. So I'm actually gonna go into the Feeling Bubbly for this brown shade because I need a transition. So I'm gonna go into Feeling, and you can use any, you don't have to use 2 eyeshadows now, 2 eyeshadow palettes. So yeah. So I'm gonna go into the shade Get a Grape. Oh, like get a grip. Okay, so this is Get a Grip. Ooh, why can I talk? Get a Grape, and this is like brown shade, a perfect transition for me. And I'm just gonna put that in. Ooh, it's kind of dark. I don't want this to get too smoky today. Okay, so we're not gonna dip back in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and just blend. And I'm gonna be using pretty much Orphe. Oh my gosh, why can't I talk today? I'm going to be using Morphe and e.l.f. brushes. I will link a few down below because I know a lot of you guys always ask me about brushes too. So it is so loud outside. This is chaotic, all right? This is why I don't be talking. Anyways, so I'm gonna be leaving a few brushes down below that you may need. My go-to brushes, again, Morphe and e.l.f. Got you every time, okay? I really don't spend a ton on brushes because Morphe and e.l.f. make great quality brushes and Real Techniques, but I don't think I'm using any Real Techniques today. I got boogers, I got things in my eyes. What is happening? It's probably my allergies. There's so much pollen outside, you guys, and I had just went outside. All right, so moving along, I'm gonna really just use this palette because I want to do something really pretty and springy and purpley. So I'm gonna be going into Feb's Gem. It's this like lighter purple, and I'm gonna put that in my transition as my transition. It's just a very light purple, but it's gonna give the other colors something to blend into. So with your transition, listen, my technique when doing eyeshadow is very messy. And it's very trust the process-ish, okay? It does not look good until the end, and I'm okay with that. I've never walked out with crazy eyeshadow, I don't think. But it be looking crazy while I'm doing it. But when I'm done, it looks great. So I'm just putting that in my crease, and I'm just building that up, guys. So next I'm gonna go into this shade Royal Affair, and it's a deeper purple, and I'm just gonna use that to define my crease and add a little bit of depth. And I'm gonna apply that below the transition. So this one is very dark, but I do want that depth in my eye makeup. And I've been doing this thing lately where I kind of like, instead of doing it very rounded, I kind of like flick my eyeshadow out so it looks more winged. It just is like a phase that I'm in right now, so I'm just going with it. But do your eyeshadow how you please. This will not suit everybody's eyes, so do what works for you, Miss Mamas. So, life hack, I'm going to be going in with my NYX glitter primer. I use this all the time when I'm doing eyeshadow. I feel like it cuts my eyeshadow time in half, and it just packs the eyeshadow on. It's like a magnet for the eyeshadows, and you get a full like the full pigment of the eyeshadow. So I just put a little bit of that on the back of my hand, and I take one side of my eyeshadow brush and just kind of place it over the lid. Place this wherever you want your lid color, specifically like a very bright color. You can use it with mattes, but like a light matte color, or you know, your shimmers, or a very glittery color. It helps it fall out too. So I really like doing this, but just keep in mind wherever you place this is where your eyeshadow is gonna stick, and it's kind of hard to blend it out after that. So just be mindful of where you're placing this. All right. Okay, so it's just like this like lavenderish color, and it's like matte, but it has reflexes of champagne and silver. It's really, really pretty. So I have that on my brush, and I'm just gonna place that on my lid. Do you guys see that? Like, do you see how this NYX glitter primer works? Oh my gosh. I feel like I've never done purple eyeshadow. Have I ever done purple eyeshadow? I'm just gonna place that to all over my lid. I love that ColourPop does these like matte shades with like glitter in them. So it just adds a little razzle dazzle. That's really why I always gravitate towards ColourPop shadows, because they're so unique. Like, I don't really see a lot of brands do this and execute it. A lot of times it's like a glitter coating on top, and it looks like it's gonna be like matte and shimmery, but once you dig into it, it's like not shimmery anymore. So this is perfect, guys. And then I'm just gonna go back in with my eyeshadow brushes and kind of blend everything together. I'm not adding any more shadow because I really like how it's looking right now. So I'm just gonna, you know, blend, blend, blend. So I did press some of it like in my inner corner because I just like that look. So we're done with the eyes for now. I have this habit of like going back and forth with stuff. Sorry, it just works for me. My face technique is not very traditional, but it kind of flows. It's different when I'm explaining it, but when I'm actually doing my makeup, everything makes sense. But anyways, so now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I'm sure you guys have tried this already. It is amazing. It literally, and I like to compare it to products so you guys know what you're working with. It reminds me of the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. It literally gives you a poreless finish, and it helps with the longevity of your makeup as well. I personally think that this one is actually a little silkier than the Tatcha. I kind of prefer this over the Tatcha. And the price point, $6 over $60. Sign me up. So I like to apply that all over. I was gonna say just to where the pores are, but baby, we just wanna look poreless. Even if we don't have pores, cover it up. Cover it up, okay? Now for foundation, I'm gonna be using the NYX Total Control Pro foundation. I always use the original one. I love, love, love this foundation. It's so lightweight. The coverage is beautiful. I've told you guys before, it reminds me of the Pat McGrath foundation a lot. Just like the texture, how it looks, how it photographs. But they did come out with a new one. So the old one was like in a kind of frosted packaging. This one is clear and it says Pro, so I don't know if they changed it. We're gonna find out today. But again, I love the original formula, but I've had those for so long, I had to get rid of them, and I just decided to buy a new one. So this is the shade Cappuccino. I kind of go between Cappuccino and Mocha. When I get more tanned, I do use Mocha, but Cappuccino should work for now. So I'm gonna show you guys. It's very runny. It was a little thick. Is this right? I don't think that was supposed to do that. Ew, I'm gonna take that out. That must have just been sitting in there for a while. Ew. So I'm gonna go in and use this. I hope that was kind of nasty. It looked like a turd. So I like to do 4 drops on each side of my face, which seems like a lot, you guys, but this is a very light foundation. And for more coverage, you add more drops. For less coverage, you add less drops. So I'm going to be using my Morphe brush, and I'm just going to stipple, stipple, stipple. I freaking love this foundation. Like, so bomb. Like, look at how that just blended into my skin, you guys. And I'm not doing full drops. I'm not like squeezing it out all the way. Like, I'm just doing something like that, okay? Again, do what works for you. You'll figure out what you like with this foundation, because I used to do 2 and then I did 4 and I was like, okay, that's perfect, because 2 was like cool, but it just wasn't hitting for real. This foundation, you guys, I think it may be formulated even better, because this looks so much better than I remember, and I love the original formula. Like, what? Like, look at how good this looks on my skin. Oh my gosh. So while I'm blending this out, let me just tell you guys, I used to always buy drugstore products because they were actually affordable. Yes, drugstore products are cheaper, but because these brands are investing more into quality products, the formulas are changing, packaging is changing, marketing is changing, they're keeping up with trends, the price has gone up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So this little foundation was $15, you guys, which in our heads, we're thinking drugstore should be anywhere from $5 to $10 for a foundation. But it ain't. So that's why I kind of just like, I'm like, if I'm going to be paying $15, I'd rather pay $25 for a more prestige brand. You know what I'm saying? Not that that means it's better, but just that's how our mind works. We're like, oh, this is a better brand, so I'm going to pay a little bit more for this product versus buying the drugstore version. So that's kind of where drugstore is at, where I'm at with drugstore right now. Why you guys don't see me using it as much, because I'm like, it's cheaper, but like not really, you know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, a lot of these brands, all they're doing now is copying the more prestige brands products. So whenever they come out with a launch, here comes NYX with something similar, here comes ELF with something similar, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking that at all. But the reality is, if you're making a product that is just like it, why would I not just go spend the same amount if it's reasonable? Like, obviously, if you're thinking of the ELF primer and the Tatcha, $6 and $60, huge difference. But if you're thinking of like a foundation, $15 versus $25, I'm gonna get the $25 one. If you're trying to be like the $25 one. Does that make any sense? It's like a lot of rambling, but I hope we're on the same page. They've definitely come out with way better products over the years, because the drugstore products used to be iffy. There used to be no range. The formulation sucked. We've come a long way, I will say. And I am obsessed with this foundation, you guys. It looks so good. Like, look at this. Look at this foundation. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm obsessed. So I am going to just go ahead and use the Milani concealers. I think I have another one. I'm going to go in with my Milani concealer. I really love this concealer so much, you guys. And this is the shade 170. This one is closer to my skin tone, as you can see. So I double conceal because I feel like when I do a shade like this, it just adds a little bit more coverage to the center of my face. It photographs well. It looks great in person. It looks great in pictures and video, all that. So that's where I'm at with that. So I just like to apply that to the center of my face. I'm going to be using my ELF sponge. I love ELF sponge. They're so squishy. And I blend this out immediately, at least the first concealer, because these dry really fast. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into the shade 160 Warm Tan, which is going to be very brightening. You guys know I like a bright under eye, so I'm just gonna apply that. And these are so creamy. Like, these concealers, you guys, are freaking bomb. They do smell like paint though. I'm gonna tell you that. They smell like paint. So I'm gonna let that sit for literally 60 seconds. No, 30 seconds, sorry. 60 seconds, I can't help you. 30 seconds is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Ooh, you see how it's melting? Ooh, I'm so excited. This is so much fun, you guys. I literally miss doing makeup tutorials, and I don't know why I just don't do them like that anymore. I feel like YouTube's in a phase where they just don't like makeup, and I'm like, but we still beat our faces every day. Is this not fun? Like, I'm genuinely having so much fun right now. Because like normally when you guys see me do my makeup, it's like get ready with me. I'm typically in a rush. I'm doing the same look because I don't wear like eyeshadow and stuff out, and I'm in a rush, so I'm gonna stick to what I know. But this, I get to like take my time and have fun. Like, I am enjoying this. Like, look at the coverage that this concealer has. If you have not tried the Milani concealers, you're missing out. So now we have to set that concealer in place, and I'm going to be using the Fit Me powder in the shade number 30. This is a loose finishing powder, not a loose setting powder. I say that all the time. So a finishing powder is going to be something that has more coverage, and this definitely has coverage. So most setting powders I use, they don't have coverage. They literally are just locking in my concealer, but this one has coverage to it, so you have to be very careful. But I absolutely love this. I used to use this all the time, but it was getting a little too heavy for me. But we're gonna try it again and wish for the best, but it looks so good. So I better keep that same energy it used to have, okay? So I'm just gonna dip my sponge in there, and I'm gonna press this in. I don't bake with this, I literally press it in. Because it is a heavier product, you do not wanna bake. I repeat, you do not wanna bake. This looks so good. And I love the shade of this because it's not yellow, it's not white. It's like a nice brightening skin tone color. So it just looks really, really good. And look at the face, guys. Yes, yes. So now it's time to set this foundation. So this NYX foundation is not matte and it's not dewy. It's literally a skin-like finish. I guess you would call that like a demi. I don't want to say matte, but it's something, very much something. So you have to lock it in or it's just gonna slide around. So I'm gonna be using my L'Oreal Infallible powder foundation, and this is in the shade, I just took the sticker off. Where did I put it? Hazelnut. This is in the shade Hazelnut, you guys. And this is very full coverage. So this is gonna add even more coverage to the face and lock everything in. I've been using this for a long time, and I use it on my clients as well, but I did not know this thing went viral on TikTok, child. But it is very much full coverage, so just, you know, use it with your discretion. But I like to use just a fluffy brush and press it in, you know, get that neck and stuff. So the face is set and looking even more flawless now because we added coverage and locked everything in. So you guys know when it comes to the brown girls, finding bronzers or contour is a struggle. Like, we have to just make do. But I came across this ColourPop palette. It's a cheek palette and it's called Such a Rush. That is the shade of this, I guess. It's a cheek palette. So bronzers, it has a highlighter, a bronzer, and 2 blushes. But when I show you this, it's all bronzers. There's no, where's the blush? Oh, this is so cheaply made. Oh my God, ColourPop, I am so sorry. But how I open this and you crack open like that, like what is that about? This is what it looks like. This is supposed to be the bronzer and these are supposed to be blushes. This is all giving bronzer and I'm not mad at it. So I'm gonna like swirl it all in one thing. I'm gonna kind of, well, I don't really want to use this color. So I'm gonna use these two shades right here. And I'm gonna see how this works. And I like that this was a palette, so it has different shades in it and a highlighter, so you don't have to buy another product. Because again, we're trying to make this affordable and save our coins. So you want to cut corners, but this looks really good. Wow. And now we can add bronzer to our foreheads because we don't have a frontal. Okay, you guys know I'm really picky about my nose contour shade, but this is like perfect. I just don't like that highlighter is popping out like that. Like, y'all need to work on that packaging and just diffuse that because I don't want it to be too harsh. So I'm gonna go in with this NYX Sweet Cheeks in the shade Citrine Rose. You guys know I used to always use this. I think these are discontinued though, I'm not sure. Don't quote me. But this is what I got, y'all. So I'm gonna put that on and it kind of acts as a highlight and blush, which is super springy. It's nice and pigmented. Oh, there is one more thing I want to do on my face. So I have, 2 more. I'm lying. So I'm gonna go into this palette and use this highlighter, and I'm just gonna place it on the tip of my nose and down the bridge. You guys know I love a nose highlight. So now I'm gonna be using this product that I never used, but I heard really good things about it. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder, and I really wanted to get this in my shade and use it on my face, but they did not have it, so I got it for my under eye. You guys know I typically do this step with my Charlotte Tilbury, but I couldn't do it, and I feel like this is like the finishing touch, so I'm hoping this powder does not do me dirty. This is the shade medium. I probably should have got tan. This is really OD, but this is what we got today, so we're gonna see. And it's super cute. It has a little heart in the middle. Do you see that? So cute. So I'm gonna take this brush and just tap. I feel like this step just kind of like finishes your under eye and makes it look super smooth and lifted. I really like doing this step, but you can't do it with the powder that's too full coverage. Like I would never do it with the Infallible because then my under eye is going to crease and it's going to look gross. So you got to use a powder that's like really kind of sheer almost, that has a little bit of coverage. What do we think? I think that looks good. I'm going to let you guys know if there's flashback or not. I pray there's no flashback. So now we need to go on to the eyes. So what else is in this bag? Last thing I got in this bag is this NYX liner. So everybody was talking about how the NYX liner got discontinued. Baby, I think they just repackaged it. Relax. I'm pretty sure this is the same thing. If I look at the brush, it's the same exact liner. So now it's called the Epic Wear liner. Hopefully it's matte though. Let's see, because NYX be doing this thing. Because if it's not matte, I'm not using it. I will literally take this back. Look, I was about to talk mess and it not be the same. While that's drying, I'm going to see what that does. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips. I'm going to keep it really simple with my lips. I'm going to be going into this NYX lip liner in the shade Espresso. This is a OG of mine. This is very comparable to Max Chestnut. I used to use this all the time. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't have a lot of drugstore lip products because they suck. Like even NYX has gotten rid of a lot of their better lip products in the last few years. I was looking and I'm like, where is this lipstick in this shade and this and that? They've gotten rid of so much. So I'm going to use my Morphe gloss in the shade Boho. You guys know this used to be my favorite. I'm not doing a lipstick underneath. I'm just going to do the gloss because this gloss is so opaque. It looks so good. So, and the Morphe glosses are really affordable as well. They have good lipsticks, but I just didn't feel like putting a lipstick on underneath today. I just want it to look very like airy and really pretty. I'm just doing a liner with gloss. You know what other lip glosses are bomb? e.l.f. e.l.f. has some good lip glosses, but I lose all of them every time I get them, so I don't have that. But look at the liner, guys. It dried down matte. So in conclusion, NYX did not discontinue the liner. They rebranded and repackaged, all right? So we're going to put this liner on. I'm going to do a little wang or whatever. If I get out of frame, so sorry, but you know, I'm about to do something. Well, look cute. Now it's time to lock all of this in. I'm going to be using my Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist by e.l.f. You guys, this is so bomb. This keeps your makeup on all day. I use this all the time. This right here is the one. So I'm going to spray it. Ooh. Alrighty. So we're going to just let that soak in. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm literally wiping this off. And it's not going anywhere. So one wing is going up and one wing is going straight. I hate it here. So when my liner does not come out how I want, I just put on a big pair of lashes and we're gonna fly away, but we look good. These are not affordable or drugstore lashes. These are from my friend's brand, the Champagne Experience, in the style Chardonnay. I just opened these yesterday and I actually really like them. I think they're so cute. They are bigger than I've been wearing, but baby, they pack a punch, okay? So yeah, I just applied those and now I'm gonna add some bottom mascara. This is the e.l.f. Big Mood and I'm gonna add some on the bottom. So just another look at the face. It looks flawless in my opinion. It looks like the rest of my beads. So what I'm gonna do is fix my hair and I will be back to close out this video. All right guys, so this is the final look. I think my face looks so good. It's literally sitting. Maybe I need to come up a little closer for you guys, but it looks so good. I'm obsessed. I'm definitely going to be using some of these products in my everyday routine or in more tutorials and videos, because I really did like them. There was nothing that I didn't like. I used a lot of old favorites and a few new things. So if you guys want to see more of these videos, make sure you guys are commenting down below, liking this video, and thanks so much again for watching. I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye.